folks, forgiving white folks for killing you will not stop them from killing you. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. As we prepare to dive into this discussion, I want to let you all know that this one is going to be very there. To the point that I'm not even going to put any ads in this video because I want to have this real discussion with you all. And I want to let you all know that if you are a big religious person, I highly ask that you do not watch this video. This is probably one of those that you probably want to skip because I'm going to dive into some things and I'm going to make people feel a little bit uncomfortable because I'm paying attention to this Amber Guyger, if I'm saying her name correctly. I really don't give a damn how to pronounce this white woman's name. The police officer who shot an unarmed black man while he was sitting down in his own home because she mistakenly entered a house who she thought was her own home. I seriously believe that Amber was drunk and intoxicated. I think that is what happened. I just don't see anyone going inside someone's house and just seeing somebody else in there and immediately shooting them. You know what? I do see a white person doing that because I think all white people are usually threatened by black folks. And I think that's what it was. I don't believe it was a white man that Amber would have put out her gun and shot. That also tells me a lot about Amber being a police officer and how she has been treating black and brown folks. And we already know police officers are very self-serving. We already know that. We saw that in Chicago during the Justice Smollett situation where you had Chicago PD were leaking information and all this type of stuff when it came to making Justice Smollett look bad for him lying or whatever. But with the situation with the unarmed teen that was killed the previous year, we didn't get anything. Everyone was tight-lipped and everything to protect themselves. So we already understand the police department and how they work. I do not consider myself as an abolitionist. I'm still developing my my thoughts on that, but I do understand black folks when they say they are prison abolitionists and they're also abolish the police department and all that. But that's not a conversation that I'm getting to. We're gonna save that for a new in the middle episode. So I'm glad to be with you all. Welcome. This is my first video of the month I'm going to put out with you. I just want to have a discussion about this and I want to go ahead and let you know I'm going to be talking about religion. I'm going to be dragging religion. I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. If you're one of those folks who can't, and you like, I'm not telling Christians or religious people not to watch, but if you're one of those people that are following a book that was written so many years ago, and you're not questioning things and you're just following stuff just because someone else told you to, this probably ain't the video for you. And I encourage you to click off. With that being said, let's dive into this conversation. So I just gave you all a synopsis of what's been going on. I've been kind of following the case a little bit. I've not been following it closely because there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma with this. This is a black man who lost his life because another person made a quote-unquote mistake, something that they did not mean to happen. But that does not bring this black man's, that doesn't bring this black man's life back. He doesn't get to come back from a mistake. And we know that so often when white police officers do things, they call it a mistake. They mistakenly shot a black unarmed teenager. They mistakenly shot a black person because they felt threatened. But usually what it is anti-blackness working in that, because a lot of white people do see black folks as a threat. They've been taught racism. You don't have to be out here calling black folks the N-word. You don't have to be doing all this type of stuff. You don't have to be missing some teeth and living in the South to be a racist. A lot of white people are racist inherently. Like, that's something y'all have always benefited from the system. You're always going to be like that. So a lot of y'all are. Like, you can do all the work, you can do all the book reading, you can understand black folks, but some of y'all are still dealing with that. And a lot of black folks are dealing with a lot of internalized racism with themselves and how they look at black folks, how they look and treat black folks. And we saw that. Now there's this conversation about why is it that black people always are forgiving of non-black people? We saw the judge hug this woman who has been now convicted of killing and found guilty and been sentenced to 10 years. That's it. That's all this black man's name, his life was worth, was 10 years. This woman's been sentenced to 10 years. So you have the black judge, because we're going to get into that conversation too. We're going to get into the conversation because we think representation is not going to fucking save us. You had a black judge up there. You had a black judge. As much as it makes y'all feel good, and we post pictures and be up on what's our favorite, Blavity. We put on our favorite site. Yes, look at these black police officers, these black women, these black men on the police department, these black judges, these black prosecutors. We gonna be good. Like, we see each other. When it's been said time and time again that sometimes, a lot of times, black police officers have to tap dance even harder for white police officers to fit into their system. And most oftentimes, black police officers are going to be worse because they have to fit a higher, they have to scale higher on the racist rubric. They have to be denouncing blackness and denouncing and saying, well, girl, y'all responsible for y'all being locked up and being in jail and stuff. So you can't come in here with this black liberation attitude and be a black police officer. And the white folks are not going to allow you in their circle with their bullshit. It's just not going to happen. The same thing with me when I was in the military. When I was in the Army National Guard, led the 71st Transportation Unit in Tennessee. I was not as bad, but I enjoyed sometimes having conversations about black folks being in jail, and black folks need to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, because it made me feel powerful. It made me feel like I'm fitting in with these white people. Look at them. They know they're seeing me as better than black folks because I'm just as smart, I'm intellectually there and all of that. I had to do all of this just to get a little bit, and them white folks still did not do anything for me when I was in the Army. They still did not pencil my number in when it came to taking that PT test. They still didn't make sure that I was good and make sure I was getting these jobs. They still gave me more hell to deal with when I was driving my ass all the way to Tiptonville from Memphis and dealing with white police officers pulling me over and shit for just simply being black. But I'm wearing y'all uniform there. But I'm wearing y'all uniform. I'm putting on this Army fatigue uniform, but y'all still don't see me. You still see my skin tone. You still see all of this. I'm not gonna say I wish I knew better. I wish I knew better than I wish, and that's why I'm having this conversation now. So we got this woman. The judge then got up and she didn't hug Amber. You got the brother, if I'm not mistaken, has now hugged Amber and said that he didn't feel comfortable telling his family, but he forgives her and he wants the best for her. You also had the black police officer comb the hair and brush it and just kind of just whatever. Now you got all these black folks saying, Amber, I forgive you. And we're using it in my favorite good book, is that we need to forgive folks for doing wrong to us in order to get into the gates. Baby, let me tell you something. Them white folks ain't gonna forgive y'all like that. We can't find too many pictures of white folks, white judges getting off their bench and hugging black folks for doing something. If the case had been reversed and that was a white person, if that was a white person sitting in their house and a black person had did that, they would have lit that black police officer up. If it was a black police officer in that situation, they would have. They would have ate her up. And I guarantee you that Amber ass was probably drunk when she entered the house. I guarantee you she was drunk, and I guarantee you a lot of folks on the force probably knew she had a drinking problem. But since we all buddies and blue lives matter, we ain't gonna rat each other out. Yeah, I know all about that system. This notion that black folks need to forgive people is fucking garbage. And I'm not giving the family, I'm not giving them and say, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna allow, because now what you have done, what your forgiveness, you need to forgive him in private. And I don't give a fuck how nobody feel about it, because now these white people are going to use this. They're gonna use this white person being forgave for killing their child, for killing their brother. Causing all this, they're gonna use this, not even try to hold Amber accountable, because them white folks don't see what Amber did as a problem. They look at it as it's a fucking mistake, as if she cut somebody off on accident on the goddamn road or some shit, or she fucking accidentally ran the fucking light, or she accidentally did some shit. None of that shit was a fucking accident. Racism is not a fucking accident, and nobody on this earth is going to tell me that racism did not play a part of why that man lost his life. Nobody is going to tell me that. Nobody's going to tell me, because I don't believe it. I know how y'all operate. I know how y'all see black and brown folks. I know that immediately. That shit is in our media. That shit is in our everyday lives. We see that on the news. We see how y'all treat. White people are allowed to make accidents and make mistakes and stuff. And then there's not even a situation where white folks have to deal with that, speaking for the entire white population. Only reason why they gave that girl 10 years is because them folks was gonna probably tear their goddamn city up. And they quote unquote had to make an example of Amber. So them how the white people looking at it is like, I'm sorry Amber, you did make a mistake, sis. I don't think that you really intentionally meant to kill them. But we got, like, it's a mistake. Like, girl, just do the time. Just go in there with your head held high. And for these folks to hug on her and love on her as if we are not allowed to be upset. We're not allowed to be angry, because we need to be better than that. I'm telling y'all this, we turn this turn the other cheek, don't go low. White folks are going so fucking low that we don't even see the bullshit that they doing, because we too busy looking out here high, and they around here doing shit and fucking cutting our asses. They flogging the shit out of us. Because we too busy trying to hold up this image that we have to be better than white folks. We already are better than white folks. We have not enslaved people. We're already better than white people by just simply existing. You do not have to forgive anybody for taking your child's life. You do not have to forgive anybody for taking your brother's life. You have the right to be upset. And for people using the Bible as a thing to say, well, girl, this is how you're gonna get in the gates of heaven, and this is all this other shit, da da da. That Bible is not saving y'all motherfucking asses. It's not saving our fucking ass. It's time to let that shit go. It's time to fucking understand that some of this shit written in this motherfucker ain't making a lot of sense. And for those who saying, well, this is how God works in mysterious ways, and this is a test, your God is a fucking narcissist. Your God is allowing you to go through all this fucking pain, all this shit, just for you to show him that you are worthy. That's a fucking narcissist, and he playing with your motherfucking ass. He, she, it, whatever, because it has to be a he for it to be that garbage. The fact that some folks even give this ultimate being a gender makes no sense to me. And even furthermore, for people to be having this conversation as, you know what God is doing. With all of us having the same basic like mental capacity to be able to understand what is and what is God and what they want, the shit don't make sense. It does not make sense for some supreme being to be making me go through bullshit just so they can judge me. If this being is all worthy, all intelligent, and all knowing and all powerful, why is it that this God did not know that what's going to happen? The teacher cannot be that fucking smart. You can't be that powerful if you need to test me to show if I'm worthy. You should already know that shit. You already know. So what's the tea? This Bible is going to make a fool out of us, and forgiving people like this, forgiving white folks. Black folks are asked and requested to forgive non-black folks. And y'all hugging all on this white woman. Y'all loving all up on her. This woman finna get out of jail 10 years from now, if she even does 10 years federal time or whatever. She gonna write a fucking book, and she gonna be making her ass, or she gonna be making, what is it, 2019 and 2029. I guarantee you that Amber ass is gonna write a book. She's gonna get a sitting ass book deal, and she's gonna make plenty of money. I guarantee you it's not gonna be that much situation where she's gonna be disrespecting the jail, because them folks, that whole system, it's going to protect Amber. The same system that was hugging and loving on her is the same system in the jail. It's going to protect her and make sure that she's not beat up or anything. I'm telling you. Watch when they see us. I think Ava did a great job of telling that story. But they're going to protect that woman. They're going to protect that woman. And that woman's going to come out, she's going to have a signature book deal, and she's going to make the rounds, and she's going to be ABC and Good Morning America. She's going to be on Michael Strohome. And I'm telling you. Because how we've been programmed to look at whiteness, how white supremacy has taught us to look at shit, is that white people don't make mistakes, And it's so ingrained in our mind is that to see a white woman cry, it's just like, shit, what the fuck she might do? The media has fed us all this shit. A white woman in distress, a white woman, you know, needing help, and like always vulnerable, and always portray white women, and all. That's why sis didn't have a lot of makeup. That's why she didn't have her hair done like that. I need to look as innocent. And what looks innocent more than a white woman crying up with blonde hair? Think about that. Think about how many cartoons you've seen, Disney movies you've seen, Disney cartoons and shit with Cinderella, this and that, where you've seen a white woman needing to be saved and stuff. I just want people to think about that. That shit is so ingrained that we feel like we've done the problem. We still wrestling with, we might have did something wrong. Like, because why would this white person kill my black ass? Why would they kill this? They couldn't have done that. They must have made a mistake. No, racism is not a mistake. This woman did something. And folks, like, we can't wrestle with the fact that she did it. I know for a fact that woman, she shot because she was scared because she saw a black man. And she probably was drunk. It's a lot of like layers to this stuff. But just to see these pictures of this judge get down off her bench publicly for us to see and hug this woman made absolutely no sense. That black judge don't give a fuck about us. She don't give a fuck about y'all black representation, black, all skin folks ain't our kin folks. I don't know how you say it. And I'm right here looking at a picture of Judge Tammy Kemp from her Facebook campaign page. Honored to receive the endorsement from the officers of Dallas Police Association. Grateful for the continued support. Keep Kemp in the 204th re-elect Judge Tammy Kemp. February 23rd, 2018. So keep believing that a black judge is going to understand the struggles of black folks, of all black folks. It's not happening. It's not happening. Not that much. Not that much to make a difference. Not that much to make a difference. The whole system needs to be gutted out. The whole goddamn system. It's not here to save us. It's not here to protect us. Same reason why you have a black person going to jail for way more time for lesser crimes. And I'm going to tell you also how white supremacy works. How ingrained it is in us that we will forgive this woman. Some of us will forgive this woman. Not all of us. A lot of us will forgive this woman for what she did. But turn around, go to Walmart and shame a black female, a black woman who is in the grocery store with 2 kids and pregnant. We would shame her for being on food stamps. We would shame her ass for stealing some stuff just to survive. We would look at her and be like, girl, you need to get your, like, where's the forgiveness factor at? So is the forgiveness working with that? Like, are we understanding, or are we empathetic to this woman and what she's going through? Or are we just simply blaming her because she can do better than that? This respectability bullshit is going to be the end of us. It's going to be the fucking end of us. And it's the same thing when we see a black person being shot 20 damn times and think that it's justified because we saw them waving guns and shit on Facebook with money. Not understanding the whole story. Is it forgiveness? Is it empathy then? Are we sympathizing with this individual? No, we're not. Because forgiveness is not given to black folks. Forgiveness is only given to non-black people. We're not allowed. We always, like, black folks love giving forgiveness to non-black folks. Like, that's just what it is. Y'all are literally kicking, y'all some folks who are so faith-based and all that, y'all are the same ones kicking black queer folks out of church until they're not welcomed in here. I'm dealing with the same shit in Memphis, Tennessee, where a gay black man that went to White Station named Brandon Allen is being shamed for wearing a fucking dress, and it so happened that his godfather is a damn pastor. Now everybody calling him and harassing, like, girl, what's this? It's the same goddamn bullshit. It's the same bullshit. And I just don't want to I don't want to deal with it. So tell me what you feel about this Amber Guyger situation. I will be talking about it on the For the Culture podcast next week. Next week's episode, check out the last episode that was posted about colorism and about basketball wives that I did with Ashley Acuna. the creator and founder of The Grapevine. That's all I have to say, girl. Like, this is my piece on the Amber situation, and as far as the video wise, I want y'all to sound off in the comments and tell me how y'all feel. I know this video is long, but I just had to get my thoughts and stuff out. So let me know what you feel about it, and I'll talk to you later on tonight. And remember, forgiveness is not fucking required. Forgiveness and all that bullshit is some goddamn performative ass shit. Let that shit go. Period.